This is Dale Calvert. I'd like to welcome you to this particular page. Appreciate you being with us. Thank you for registering for our webinar. If I was you, the thing I would be asking myself is who is this person and why should I spend one moment of my time on a webinar they're hosting? I hope that's the question you're asking yourself, and I want to try to answer that for you because I know that I can share with you some insights and give you some value that, quite frankly, is just not available anywhere else. You can find out more than you would ever want to know. You can do a search for Dale Calvert on the internet, but my Facebook page is facebook.com/capital D, capital C page, Dale Calvert page. You can go there, check that out if you would like. Uh, I'm just going to give you a quick background. I got started in the industry when I was 20 years old. I was working at IBM in Lexington, Kentucky. I was living in the house you see there. It's a small 600 square foot home, and I was driving a beat up Chevette. If you looked up the least likely to succeed in network marketing, you would have probably seen my picture. And I had none of the skill sets, none of the mindsets, but what I was smart enough to understand was I knew what I didn't know. And I knew that I was going to have to learn if I was going to have a chance at making it in the network marketing industry. A lot of people come and get involved in the network marketing industry. They try to do it with the skill sets and mindsets they enter the industry with. 97% of the people can't do that. The 3% that can, they get down the road a year or two, they turn around and they can't find their organization because most of the people on their team could not duplicate what they did to grow an organization. It's really that simple. The network marketing has become more about recruiting than it has getting people in, keeping them in, and helping them move forward and progress. I've always believed it's about getting them in, keeping them in, helping them move forward and progress. And somehow we've come to the point in the history of this industry where everybody's just trying to recruit people. I've heard people say 1,000 times in the last 10 years, I wish I could find me a leader. And I've always said, you don't find leadership, you develop it. You don't find it, you develop it. And again, there's a whole lot in the path of this industry that has led us to this point. But I got involved. I wanted to quit my first 3 years. Uh, but I had the opportunity to listen to audio cassettes through a Sony Walkman for 8 hours a day on my full-time job. I had audios going all the time. All the time. I didn't even know if the radio in my car worked. And looking back now, I understand what a blessing that was. But I believe when you listen to 7,500 hours worth of audios in 3 years, it gives you a different insight, a different perspective than most people will ever have the opportunity to gain. And I'm so thankful today. But at the time, I really didn't understand what was going on. I was just a frustrated network marketer. But over time, it took us 5 years to get out of IBM in Lexington. It took me 9 years to develop a $92,000 a year income. My 10th year jumped over 250,000. My 11th year, 1.1 million. My 13th year, 3.3 million. My 15th year, 3.8 million. So the bottom line is we've developed multi-millions of dollars in income through this industry. But here's the difference. I know specifically exactly how it happened. Specifically exactly how it happened. And we were able to duplicate that process through other people who were able to duplicate it through other people who were able to duplicate it through other people. And that's really, I believe, the secret to long-term success in this industry and stability. You can learn all about this in a DVD if you want to go check it out. It's called The Power of a Dream. You can see that it's got these two pictures on the front cover here. It's available at mlmhelp.com. If you go to the top of the page, you can download it. It's free right now. We normally sell this DVD for $29.95, but it's free at mlmhelp.com, and I'll give you more of the story in much more detail. Again, I believe that I was blessed to have given an opportunity that 99.999% of the network marketers were never given. And that was the opportunity to listen to 7,500 plus hours of audio my first 3 years. In October 1983, I had a business and life altering experience at 5:51 in the morning. And it was a cold, rainy October day. I got up, when the electronic rooster crowed, and the next thing I really remember was I was at IBM at my workbench. I really got there and didn't even remember driving. But I'll never forget that day because it absolutely transformed my business and my life. And the only way I can explain it is that all the hours of audio that I'd been putting in my mind all came together at one time, and it was like it was dumping from my it had been processed in my subconscious mind and was dumping into my conscious mind. And I don't know how to explain it anyway other than that. But I get there at IBM, it's 5:51. It's like, oh, I got to wait 9 more minutes before I can start. And then all of a sudden it was like all this started coming to me, and I grabbed a little pen or little pencil and these repair cards for typewriters, and I'm just writing as fast as I can because I don't want to miss any of this. It was like it wasn't like I was thinking about it. It was like it was coming to me, and I'm writing as fast as I can. One repair card, two, three, four, five. I'm just writing this down, thinking, "Gosh, this is good. This is awesome. Oh, this is fabulous." And then it stopped. It was done. And I don't know what happened. Scientifically, emotionally, psychologically, I don't know what happened. But I do know that I went home and that weekend, spent the whole weekend working on what I'd written on those repair cards and put together our first unified, duplicatable system that we decided this is what we're teaching and this is all we're teaching to our team. And we're going to get everybody started on the right track. We're going to teach everybody how to master the core fundamentals of this business sequentially, step by step. I'm not going to try to teach them algebra if they haven't learned how to do addition yet. And I got a lot of things that came together all at the same time. And this experience really became the foundational success of my network marketing career and has allowed our systems to develop hundreds of six-figure full-time earners in and outside of our organization all around the world. We're the only person on the planet, except for some of the leaders that we've personally worked with, that can show you what it really takes to develop a long-term duplicating team, and I believe that. My track record kind of speaks for itself. I, again, appreciate you registering for this webinar, and I promise you I can help you develop the skill sets, mindsets, and team building systems. Very important concept. Team building systems to build a long-term duplicating organization. I feel like, based upon some trainings from Larry Thompson in Herbalife that I've heard recently, the industry is in a state of dissipation. And we've gotten totally away from our core values, our core concepts of personal development with a compensation plan attached. And some of you have heard the training that will help about this. But those of you that haven't, when a movement gets away from its core values, you always have unintended consequences. And I believe the industry is in a state of unintended consequences in a major, major way right now. The last 15 years, if we're honest, all anybody's been doing is recruiting each other. That's all we're doing, recruiting each other, deal to deal. The word network marketing junkie used to be derogatory. Now it's the norm. And I could go on and on and on. I'm not going to. But I came out with a program called Confessions of a Network Marketing Millionaire in the mid-90s. And I did a lot of things in the mid-90s trying to communicate to the industry as a whole, guys, we can't keep doing this. We can't keep telling people, we'll do 80% of the work and you keep 100% of the check. And all this other stuff that we were saying and doing, trying to compete with each other. And because if we continue down this path, no serious-minded person with any business sense at all is really even going to consider the industry because of the way we promote it and because of the things we do and not do once we actually get people involved. And again, I've talked about this multiple occasions for years. But we developed the Confessions of a Network Marketing Millionaire program. It was really a funded proposal type product, but people from all over the world just started calling me and asking questions, and I was trying to give all my time I possibly could, but I got my own team to build. I ended up setting up a consulting coaching program, $500 an hour, $3 an hour minimum, and one of the first people that called me, some of you may have heard of, was David Ladeau up in Canada. David was on welfare living in his van, but he was an awesome student. He understood the concept of unified duplicatable systems. He understood that most organizations were being built by three percenters with the skill sets and mindsets they entered the industry with, and that they did not really understand what the 27 percenters needed as far as systems and accountability factors built in to a team building program. So David went on, and in 2002 he was voted Network Marketer of the Year. His brand was I Love MLM. He wrote the book How I Went from Welfare to Millionaire Without Winning the Lottery. And this was just a quote I put off one of his websites. It says, how many MLM gurus even have a downline? And I would say, and again, this was written years and years ago, but that's a good question to ask today. How many teachers and trainers even ever built a downline? How many were one-hit wonders, as the music industry would call it? They did it once but could never do it again because they don't even know how they did what they did, if they did it. And we all know many of the so-called gurus have never built a significant organization. But he says very few. Most jumped around a few junky deals in the early 80s and have sat back to sell books about their theories. That's why you see so much regurgitated crap in the industry. And again, this was written years ago, and it is definitely no better today than it was when he wrote this. Another person that we had the privilege to work with, the former MLM loser, Scott Miller, great human being. Scott says, when I met Dale Calvert, I'd been involved in the network marketing profession 10 years. By the grace of God, I made it to the top position in my company and was earning over $200,000 a year. Like many MLM leaders, most of my team loved me, but financially they weren't doing that well. I learned more from Dale Calvert in 90 days about leading a team of people than most people will learn in their lifetime. He understands how to systematically build a team, and he can teach it better than any network marketer that has ever walked on the earth. His results are undisputable. Many of you have heard of It Works. Mike Pattillo. Mike started with us in his network marketing career. He was part of our organization. Later on, he ended up coming and working for me in my office in Kentucky. He's the driving force behind It Works at the present time, at the time of this video. Mike's videos have been seen by I don't know how many network marketers on YouTube, where he tried out for the Donald Trump apprentice show. The video was actually filmed at my home in Lexington, Kentucky at the time. So again, long-term relationship with Mike. I know his wife, Tiffany, very well. Her parents, Bill and Teresa Williams, were also part of our organizations in the past. This is Kourtney Looper. She's a top female MLM network marketer for 2015. She was rated number 3. Here's what she said on Amazon. Dale Calvert is amazing. If you're in the network marketing industry, this CD is a must. It will take you to the next level. I've only been in the industry 2 years and have followed him and his teachings the entire time. He puts everything out there in simple terms so anyone can have success in the industry. Great job, Dale. Can't wait to see what else you come out with. And this was regarding the MLM Profit, the network marketing system that never fails, audio CD that is only available on Amazon. But again, I was at the Dallas event, which was Kourtney's first exposure to her company. She got involved. Unbelievable person. Totally authentic. Works really, really hard, and has made over $1 million in commissions her first 2 years in the industry. So that's awesome. Tim Miller. Tim's been around the industry many, many years. He's number 38 for the top male MLM networkers for 2015. We had a staff member pull this off his Facebook page. It says, "Here is the one thing that changed my life. I highly recommend if you're in the industry to get this." I spoke about it at convention, and it is my Confessions of a Network Marketing Millionaire program. Barry Donaldson, number 10 in the top MLM network marketers for 2015. Barry said, "I bought Dale's Confessions of a Network Marketing Millionaire program when it was first released. It catapulted my career and how I built my team." I can tell you the people that I'm the most proud of and honored to work with over the years, many of them you've never heard of. When we were building and developing our team, we had over 200 six-figure earners. 95% of those people are what I call 27 percenters. Yes, we had veterinarians and dentists and professional salespeople and a lot of corporate people, a lot of professionals, but 95% of our people were 27 percenters: plumbers, housewives, electricians, truck drivers, uh, fishing boat workers, people, good, honest, hardworking people that just wanted to do better for themselves and their family, which is the majority of the network marketing industry. And I understand how to give those people the track to run on. I do. I've done it. And not only have I been able to do it, but I've been able to teach them in a way where they could turn around and teach other people who could turn around and teach other people who could turn around and teach other people. Step by step, concept by concept, idea by idea, sequentially playing the ball is what I call. You throw the ball to them, they throw it back to you. You throw the ball to them, they throw it back to you. One of these people was Carol Ely. Carol, Corbin, Kentucky, real small town, housewife. Her son went off to college. She was looking for something to do. She got involved in our program. One of the best students I've ever worked with. Uh, was down the road a couple, 3 years, making $300,000-$400,000 a year because she was able to turn around and help other people who were able to help others who were able to help others. The 3 promises when you attend one of our webinars. Number 1, I do thank you for registering for the webinar. I'm never going to attempt to back you or a team member of yours into a specific network marketing program. I'm not affiliated with any program. That's not my mission in life at this point. I will share real world knowledge and experience. 99% of what I teach, I've done it, I've duplicated it, I've refined it, I've tweaked it, and I've duplicated it again. It's wisdom of the ages principles. The other 1% may be a new lead generation idea that we're working with and testing, and maybe with a client. But I might share with you the theory on it and then come back and give you the actual results of that theory. But if I ever share a theory, I would let you know it's a theory. Everything that we do is based upon track record. My systems are based upon wisdom of the ages, success principles. They aren't mine. It's been there all the time. All I've been able to do is just organize it and systemize it. I understand you're not the issue. I don't care how good you are in this industry. I don't care how great a recruiter you are. I don't care how great of a speaker you are. You're not the issue. I'm not the issue. The only thing that is the issue is duplicatable systems that 27% of the population can do. 70% are going to die broke regardless. 3% already have all the answers. So it's about the 27 percenters. If you get good at developing those people and developing them into leaders, they will turn around and duplicate that process over and over and over again. So I just wanted to give you this short introduction. Again, I look forward to meeting you on the webinar. If you want to learn more about this whole concept of unity and separation, we get into great detail about that in the Power of the Dream DVD that we normally sell for $29, but right now it's online. You can go check it out at the top of MLMhelp.com, and if you get a chance to watch it before the webinar, it would probably be very beneficial for you. So that's all I really wanted to share with you. I appreciate you watching this short introduction. I look forward to having you on the webinar. If some of you think, well, he acts like he's trying to run us off, then that would be true. I know who I can help and I know who I can't help. And if you're someone that is in network marketing to make money, this webinar is not for you. If you're someone that's in network marketing that really wants to build a long-term business and touch the lives of a lot of people in a positive way along the way, then don't miss this webinar. Don't miss this webinar. You need to get tapped into what we're doing and how we can help you. I appreciate it. Have an awesome day or night wherever you are in the world, and we'll talk to you on the webinar.